September 23rd, the Bullyspittin podcast. We are here with an exclusive interview. Who we got with us on the couch?
Tona Riess.
Got Rari money, man.
Okay. I see y'all got some nice. Are these hairless? Are they half hairless? Or what's going on? What we got right here?
They're hairless. Right now on the couch we've got 3 different litters. These 2 are from one litter. This one's from a litter and this one's from a litter. They're hairless Frenchies. They're snoozing.
So you came with quite a few.
I have some more in the closet.
Now, I see a few different looks. What is the is there a difference in the look, or is there something? What's going on with them? What?
Okay, in the hairless, we're trying to get them as correct as we can, conformation-wise, structure, and health. It takes generations, usually anywhere from 3 to 5 generations, to correct out any change in any breed of dog that you change up. So on these breeds, we have changed up the coat. And so we're doing pretty good. As you can see, this one here has really good structure. And this one here has really good structure. Some of them are a little bit shelf nose. We're fixing that. And some of them may be born with a little bit of tail. And we did dock.
When you say shelf nose, what is
Shelf
that?
nose means a little bridge.
Okay.
Not so smush face.
Okay.
Do they check out to be 100% Frenchie? Yes. So when you DNA to see if they're 100% French, they are coming out at 100% Frenchie. We're on 4th generation, some 5th. And I have some at home that are 3rd generation, and they look really good.
When you say 4th, 5th generation, are you're pure your work?
Yes.
Okay.
They are all Rari lines from the UK. And everybody knows Gary Ferrari. These are his invention line. And these are from 3 different studs. And these are all his lines. And so I'm taking off from there, and I'm trying to be the guru.
Okay. Curious, where you based out of?
I'm in Canton and also in Graham, Texas. In Canton, I have a small pet store and at Canton Trade Days. And so... but I live in Graham, Texas, right west of Fort Worth, between Weatherford and Wichita, in a little cow town.
Okay. That little one that you cuddled up with right there, is
Yes.
that cream? Is that pink? Or what's going
We're
on with
pink.
that?
We're pink skin.
We're pink skin.
Yes. So we just had a pink one 4 days ago, and we're awaiting her DNA, so I really can't say 100% what we're carrying. She is from my stud Jiggy, and from a direct daughter off of Yolo. So she's Yolo lines and Jiggy lines, and Jiggy comes from Checkmate lines.
Show them a little bit more of that.
She is really pretty. Great structure, great conformation, and she's gorgeous.
Yeah, as far as her, she does have the Frenchy look. A lot of times when you see the newer stuff, the DNA and stuff like that,
Yes.
it looks like what it might have been mixed with.
It looks a little mixed, yes, like it could have been mixed. And at some point, we did mix in. These lines came from Chinese crescent lines. China, I believe, brought their lines together with Xolo, Xolo, hairless dogs. And so at some point, something was mixed. Even to get Merle back in the day, you had to bring something in. So even to get Fluffy, we had to bring something in at one point. And that's why we say 3 to 5 generations to weed out the mixed look.
Yeah, I know. When you DNA them with Embark, they only count the first 3 generations. They don't count too much after that.
Well, I mean, when we embark, we test for the DNA. So if they're 100% Frenchie, or they're 100%, or say they're 50% Frenchie and 50% Xolo, that means the next generation is going to get more Frenchie, less Xolo, and that's why they say 3 to 5 generations in. Are we still on?
Yeah.
I had a little tuber.
Oh yeah. What that guy right there? The next one. Just curious about him.
He is from a different litter, also a jiggy offspring.
Are those tan points that I'm looking at?
Yes, we carry tan points. Now, I look a little pug, but once my ears pop up, he'll be just fine. And we do have tan points.
Yeah, they kind of look visual to me on the front paws. Now, if I were interested in maybe, let's just say a lower end.
Lower in confirmation costs or lower in...
What's the difference? You were just about to give me a couple categories.
I don't
What's the
see
difference?
I don't see a lower end because I'm selling hairless.
Okay.
To get hairless, my stud's $150K value. So to get hairless, it don't matter if I come in on the first, second, third, fourth, fifth generation, and I'm at the start of the lineage. And so my dogs have more value. Now, if they've been out here breeding and there's hairless all over, of course the price depreciates. Just like kind of like your car. You buy it new, you roll it off the lot, it depreciates. You drive it 3 years, it really depreciates. So it's kind of like that.
When you say your stud's 150,000 value, him total, not a stud, not a credit to.
No, just
what would you
his
charge
purchase.
to breed for me to breed to your hairless stud? What would you charge?
We're charging $12,000.
Okay.
And second puppy back.
Oh wow.
Per this broadcast, we're offering only a puppy back to preferred females. So I will take your first pick puppy off your litter, off for this broadcast only.
As far as to get hairless, is that something that you need 2 copies of, or is that a one copy? You can get hairless breeding straight to a hairless.
Straight. It's not like the fluffy the Angora hairy dogs. I personally have been seeing 3 hairless per litter. So if I had 5, I'm getting 3 hairless. If I had 9, I'm getting 3 hairless. So I'm seeing 3 hairless across the board, and it's right away.
They produce fluffy too.
Yes.
They produce
some of them.
Hold on, one second. You say that again. You said
produce fluffy too.
You said they hairless, but they produce. Is that why his head has hair, but he has no hair on his body?
Some of them have hair. Some of them just don't be completely hairless.
It's not like the hairless cat.
Okay.
It's kind of like you just really don't know what you're going to get. Plus, I don't know all the answers yet because I'm learning as I go along. So I have a mentor, but I'm learning as I go along. Some of them do carry fluffy. It's a percentage that comes out in the litter.
So you get a mixed litter. You might get some merles, some hairless with tan points, some fluffy, all in one.
So you taking, let's just say, 2 hairless dogs that carry fluffy, and you possible to get a full fluffy out of those dogs?
Yes. We're not
That's
trying to breed. We don't breed hairless to hairless yet.
So
or
you
I
give her to
won't.
a fluffy carrier, female. You're gonna get a fluffy out of there.
Percentage.
But the hairless is still a strong gene, so
So is the hairless like
she been getting half litters of hairless.
So is the hairless like you either got it or you don't? It can't carry a copy?
It probably could. I'm still in the pioneer era,
All right.
and I'm not a DNA guru.
Okay.
On purpose, I want people to breed to hairless for the hairless. My point of that is if I DNA her, and she ends up with this long DNA list of a lot of things, I'm going to charge a lot more money if I start DNAing everybody. So people should take advantage of me not DNA. Get your hairless, do your job, build your program. You can get your puppy for a lot less.
If you don't DNA. Because if you find out it carries pink, this, that, and the third, you're going to charge accordingly, right?
But she already know that won't carry pink.
How do you automatically know that?
Look at it. And the mother.
The mother was a pink.
And my stud can deliver it with the right female.
Yeah, I like him, man. He got some good structure
He's
on
very
him. Yeah,
pretty.
he has a good structure on him. As
he's
far
got
as
here, I'm gonna put him on the table.
It like shit, my
Two
dog.
different letters, both
You know what I'm
boys.
saying? That's how they
30,
that's how they-
50.
Merle
Yeah, 50.
It's because of the structure, not the Merle.
Stay there. Stay there.
You'll never see his face.
She's coming. Look between y'all.
Yeah, my honey.
so Rari, man, what you got going on, man? What you feel about? How you feel about these, man? You into them? You dibbling, dabbling, or what's going on?
Well, you know, it's been a long wait, but you know, we finally got a real deal stud that I feel like can take off with, you know, with the crowd that I market to. You know, once these type of exotic dogs get to the crowd that I market to, then I feel like it'll be at a whole nother level with the hairless. You feel me?
Yeah, I never asked. I forgot. What was a puppy go for? I kind of know you said your stud's about 12 and second pick, or however you feel about it. What do a puppy or something like that would go for?
You gotta give me the mic. See, I told you.
You're right.
I have puppies from 15 to 50,000. Puppies range from 15 to 50,000. 50, 30, 15.
Okay,
Get it now?
okay, yeah.
I base that price off of all boys go out on the co-own. No boy leaves our lines. You'll pay that and you'll be a co-own 60-40. You'll have the 60, I'll keep the 40. For the first year of breeding, we'll split all outside studying 60-40. After the dog's been breeding a year, he's all yours.
Okay. That don't sound like a bad call.
No, you need mentoring and you need to have I just believe you need mentoring and I need to see where the lines go.
Mm-hmm.
And she's one of the top whelpers too. So.
Oh yeah. And you in Canton, right?
I do Canton and Graham.
How far is Graham from Canton?
3.5 hours.
Oh, that's far.
So she's not just a whelper. She does like rescue, like not rescue, but if a puppy is about to die, she know how to like help them. So like people bring them to her, and you know she do all of that, all of it.
So now, with that being said, can I ask how many dogs do you have at your facility, your ranch, your kumbaya?
Oh, it's an old lady small farm.
Small farm. Okay, there you go. That's
Big
what it
difference.
was. Big difference.
On a pauper salary, and we like to do everything reclaimed, and so I have 20 breeding dogs on program. They stay in program 2 to 3 years. So I have 30 total adults on property and currently 29 puppies.
Now, what's you said something about licensing earlier. We was talking a little bit before. I kept trying to stop because
I'm Texas state license, and I know that the law has recently changed for breeders in Texas, but I really suggest that everybody go ahead and get your license. They really protect you. It's not to, they just protect you, whether it's from yourself making a stupid error or it's from other people with grudges. For example, if you had a worker that had been fired and has a grudge and calls in on you to the state is aware of your program. The state is really on your side. Or if you sold a puppy in Texas. Texas doesn't, I believe, recognize lemon law on puppies. There are other states that do. And they're there to protect you from somebody calling in on you, reporting your animals, SPCA, whoever comes out. And so the state is there to support you. And they come and see, and they communicate with you, and they take hundreds of pictures on site. So if somebody calls in, they're like, we were there.
Right.
And they're very helpful. They're not the enemy. Now, yeah, everything in the world is a money game. Everything. I don't care where you go, what you do, and how you do it. Everything's a money game. Yes, it does cost. But how much would you pay to have somebody protecting your assets?
Correct.
So for me, it's a great asset. So it's worth the money and the time.
So you definitely pro.
I'm very
license.
pro-license.
Yeah.
The recent law, I'm not 100% that they've changed it from, 11 intact females over 6 months to, I believe they said 5. There are hobby breeders that have 5 dogs running around their house as kind of like pets and breed. So, how are they going to set them up in a protocol program? Because you have to have, your vet has to approve where they sleep, eat, exercise, breeding schedule. There's a lot to it. So I'm not sure how that's going to work.
All of that comes with the license.
Yeah, you have to, your vet has to overlook your program. You have to have a breeding cycle approved by your vet, a feeding cycle, an exercise cycle, environmental. There's a lot to it. So what are they going to do? Go in their house and supervise their house?
Right.
I'm really not sure how that's going to work for people with just 4 or 5 inside. People can keep 5 females in their house. Many do.
Correct. It's like pets.
So there's pros and cons. I don't know how they're going to iron all that out. I have not had enough time to hear the answers.
How long have you been breeding?
That's wrong.
In general. May I ask that?
That's trying to get on my age.
No, because you could have started breeding last year, or you could have started breeding.
I feel like I've been breeding in a
5 years
few years.
Okay.
Maybe in
Well, I know you 3-4 generations in with them, but I personally feel like it did. Your breeding career didn't start with them. That's me
no,
personally.
it did not. I used to breed English bulldogs. That's still my very favorite dog, and I cannot carry them pregnant anymore. So I stopped breeding English bulldogs and went full course with Frenchies. I think I've been breeding maybe 15, give or take, higher or lower.
Okay. Yeah, that's young. That's young.
Maybe. I do plan to retire. We're weaning me down, and I'm retiring. I figure we're in 2023. Summer, fall 2024, I'm retiring quite a bit. I only have a few studs, and I'm on tour America to dog shows.
So when you say retiring, do you mean just downsizing and breeding here and there, or you mean all the way strictly I'm done? I just got for a couple studs.
I can't be done. I have an addiction to dogs, so
correct.
I think
She's probably gonna narrow down about 10.
I'm going to travel with specific studs in a motorhome around the country and tour with studs. I'm going to be keeping very specific studs and go to dog shows. So basically, I'm taking an old lady's vacation for the rest of my life, and there's a cause for that.
Yeah, that's good.
So no more 20 breeding girls, no more of that stuff.
So as far as this, as far as your hairless, as far as your hairless, are you reaching for a certain goal? Are you gonna reach the goal before you retire, or is it something?
There's a reason that I'm in the hairless. 2-3 years ago, I got diagnosed with something called breeder's lungs, and also known as groomer's lungs or farmer's lungs that plow and all the dust gets into your lungs. there is no cure, and the life expectancy is 3 to 5 years. And it affects your pulmonary breathing. So if you saw a picture of lungs, you would look like a tree, as in with bronchioles. My left lung is collapsed, and a quarter of my right lung's collapsed. This is because I was day in, day out living with dogs, and nobody told me that I needed a better air filtration system. So I'm really trying to preach to breeders to please get you. You can do one for $20, or you can do one for 15,000. Just, nobody knows that this exists. I never heard of it.
Yeah, it's my first time also.
So I wanted a dog to sleep with, and the doctor says you can't have any because they have dander and they have hair. So I went on a hunt. I found out they make hairless Frenchies. I found one breeder, then hooked up to another breeder in Europe, found out his daughter has a lung problem too. We became close friends, and that's how I got started. So now I can sleep with this one.
Even with the little bit of hair that they would have on their head,
I'm good.
That's pretty
You can,
cool.
you know,
you're not really shedding.
For sure.
You ain't really shedding.
that's how I started. It wasn't, I didn't know the money game was on it. I was just trying to get me a dog, and shocked as shit at the price. I was like, what? Oh my God, 150K, 250K, 100K. What the hell has this dog got? So it's a new line. It's a new thing. Like Angora Visual Fluffies, when they came out, the price was way up. There was a new ticket. All the breeders like that new ticket. So yes, right now we're working on Polka Dot.
Which is?
Polka Dot Frenchie. It's already on the ground.
What are those, like Dalmatian? What are they?
Dalmatian was cut into it, yes.
Oh wow, that was a guess. That was a good
Yes.
one.
That's Ferrari lines again. He is kind of like Diego. Gary Ferrari is innovative, chasing the next new ticket item, the next new exotic. And so he won't stop. I always tell everybody, hell, next one's going to be zebra, for all I know. He's cray-cray like that.
So what generation are they in with the, what you call them, Polka Dot?
Polka Dot.
What generation are?
I think, as we said before, you have to do 2 or 3. He has them on the ground now. He's posting them via online through public media, and they look decent. So I think he said one's coming here to America, and so we'll see.
How big are they? Because if they come off of Dalmatian,
Look, you're
are
asking
pretty...
the wrong guru. He's the one that really needs to broadcast one day and explain things, but then not give the recipe away, because every copycat in the world will want the same thing. But they're Frenchy looking. They're online, and I think I said I'm trying to get to the Frenchy Bowl too. And I said, what are you sending me? What's the exotic? What's happening? So I don't know if he's sending polka dot or he's sending husky, koi, hairless, panda. Who knows? Velvet, yeah.
You just said a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah. So he's going to.
It's already done.
It's already done. So I don't know what.
Everything you just said is in one dog.
Koi, velvet, what else?
Panda.
Big rope.
Panda. All of that is big rope. It's already done.
In one dog.
One dog.
Well, take the panda out. I'm sorry. Panda's out.
What is panda?
I don't know. China has panda. Gary has panda. I don't know. I don't know the answer. Honestly, I don't know. I just raise them. And
just like when the koi came out, it had that look.
Like blue eyes with black eyeliner.
It was like the koi. It just
right.
Like, and then the velvet, it got that skin, so it's like. Then with the big rope, he doing it. So he's
cray cray. I'm telling you, He's working on something next. I don't know what it is yet. Because I can't keep secrets.
The dog that we're mentioning is a $350,000 dog.
And he's hairless.
He's hairless.
Hairless tapping into everything.
So y'all, this is crazy. So
Yeah,
y'all
I know.
think that this is the next wave, or the wave is here?
The wave is here. I'm gonna market it to my people, which is a whole different crowd of people. You know, and once it get out there, it's just gonna be over with because it don't take long. It's just gonna be just like the fluffy. But it's gonna be more exotic, like everybody can't have it. Only the motherfuckers, like you might see Mark Wahlberg coming up buying one. You know, this ain't nothing to play with, you know what I'm saying? So they gonna tap in for sure.
You don't think it'll get oversaturated like the fluffies did? You know, the fluffies was 150.
But everybody don't like them. Just like everybody don't like the hairless cats. You only see people like Paris Hilton.
Everybody didn't like the fluffies either, though.
Yeah.
Everybody didn't like, but then now everybody got them. You know what I'm saying?
You just never know
Yeah.
what's going to burn out or what's going to take hold. Everybody wants the exotic, or they want
The
their
main
dream
thing-
car or their dream dog or the high price.
Me personally, maybe I think I might have seen a hairless at
Off the leash.
maybe or something like that, and I didn't like them. I said, man, what is this?
There's a lot of people.
I thought it was a Chinese crest. I'm not sure what those dogs, but I thought it was that. But looking at these, it looks like the structure is coming together to where now, how you said everybody don't like them.
That's what
if it
matters.
keeps going the way it's going, it's probably going to turn a lot of
That's what I was
non-believers
about to
into
say.
believers.
That's what I was about to say. The more as the generations come and they look more Frenchy, you know, more people is just they're gonna just cop it. They're gonna be like, fuck it, I gotta get one.
Would you want to spend $15,000 on an ugly?
Definitely not.
Any color.
I'm not. I'm
And
definitely
then
not.
Any color.
You got people spending that money, but can they spit out what we're talking about?
When you say that, what you mean? Because we've been talking about a lot.
Yeah. Can they? Because we ain't DNAing everything. But, you know, some people just spending that much on these dogs.
Yes.
And they dog can't produce really nothing. There's people that spending money on fluffies can only produce one color. Like, you know, but these can produce a bunch of things in one litter.
At the stage, I from what I believe, I'm not sure, I'm not the Frenchie expert, but at the stage I believe that these hairless Frenchies is at, this is a hell of a good structure.
Thank you.
You like you some of the first. You would probably be ahead of the class in
I'm
that.
so proud of all the babies. And some people say, yeah, there's studs, but there's mamas too. You have to have mom and a stud, and I don't care what color, hair, no hair. If your parents don't make better than them, you're doing something wrong. So I'm proud. Thank you for saying that. You just made me happy.
Yeah, cause you changing my mind as far as these hairless.
I would tell everybody.
Like that's the thing.
I'm not
like,
buying one tomorrow or nothing, but
Come on now,
you
come
spark
on
you
now,
sparking
let's
something.
work it.
So like, you know when you see them hairless posts, it's a bunch of negativity. You know they don't.
That's all about money.
But that's because you know people were getting the kinks out.
Yeah,
And you
that's
know,
true.
people didn't have they don't have teeth. They don't have this.
They got teeth.
You see, they got teeth. You want to see if they got teeth?
No, I'm cool. I got bit by a puppy today. I'm fine.
But now, like, you see the structure on it, like this just look like a normal
Isn't she
Frenchie.
pretty?
Yeah, she's the reason why I'm saying what I'm saying. I mean, he's an add-on, but I like her a lot. I
think she's the prettiest one I've made, and it came from my and Gary Stud, and I was like, oh my God, look. And we just had another one a week ago, 4 days ago, and her nose is pink. But there's something called Licerius or Licerius gene.
That's considered a pink nose?
No.
Oh, okay. Oh, you
The
were saying the
other one,
other
yeah.
one was okay.
She will not be available because I don't think anybody's going to give me $100K. And if they do, she's available. But we're going to probably keep her in program. And Gary, Tona, and a man from New York, Jose Batista, we're going to share her. We're going to probably breed her down the road to something with big rope, husky koi, something major.
So let me ask you this. I kind of been seeing this, but correct me if I'm wrong. Like I said, I'm a bully breeder. I've been seeing a lot of Frenchie breeders partner up.
Yes.
On higher
You have to.
on higher DNA dogs, if I'm saying that
because
correct.
of the cost, and it's only smart. So let's hypothetically say she's $100,000. Who's got $100,000 sitting in their back pocket just to throw at one dog? So you grab your partners and say, look, we can take this boy, this female, and down the road we can breed to this stud, and our litter offspring can produce 350,000. So 350,000 divided by 2 or 3 people, not a bad deal, is it?
Correct.
But you have to know how to market. You have to know what you're doing. You have to be a little smart. You can't just sit in a closet and hold it. And I got an expensive dog. You have to get out there and work it.
In all honesty, you know, I want to get it to where we're not really just attracting breeders. People are buying these type of exotic pets for pets.
Yes, we are donating MD Anderson has children with cancer, and they have a program where they make a wish foundation. And we're going to be donating a puppy to a child that cannot have allergen or dog around. So that comes around the holiday, Christmas. And so we're already on board with that. And that puppy's at the house. And it's really small like her, a little bit small in her. It's a runt. And so if it prevails, grows, and we're okay with it, that puppy's going to this child. We've already made our mind up. Remember, I'm preaching breeder's lungs awareness. These are my poster children for that.
Question, because I know you said that was a condition. How did you know that you were having symptoms of that?
Okay. I'm Speedy Gonzalez. I'm almost 64. I weigh around 90 pounds to 95, and I can work circles around most people. I started struggling to get from A to B with feeling lightheaded, comprehension problems. I can inhale my lungs, but I couldn't think clear all the time, and I was having a lot of trouble. So I went to the doctor. We did a full body. Then we had to do CAT scans, and then the CAT scans came back. Hold on, you've got a problem. And that's how we kept going. So I work my lungs with Moncrief Lung Institute in Dallas, Fort Worth, and that's how we found it. And the reason it's not my lungs, they can inflate my pulmonary, what puts oxygen through your whole body. The vessels, they don't oxygenate my body. So if anybody's ever had COVID, it feels like that. And I refuse to go on oxygen, breathing treatments. If I've got 3 to 5 years, that's the average life expectancy. I'm going to live. I'm not going to stop smoking my damn cigarettes or I'll kill somebody. I mean, and I'm not going to be on drugs for mental anguish because I want to kill somebody for not smoking. So I'm just going to stay who I am. I'm going to keep being wild.
And drink your moonshine.
I'm going to drink that damn moonshine. I don't give a fuck. It's like a swig of moonshine a night keeps the doctor away. Funny thing is, yesterday, I have like this little part-time job that I like to do, and it's decorating. So me and my silent partner, we have this little booth in this mall. We decorate, and it's old and new items. It's really cool. Well, my doctor walked in yesterday. Now, when I go to the doctor, I dress up like this. So I don't look sick, so he don't worry about me. Yesterday, I looked plumb shit. I didn't have my teeth in. I was going up and down flights of stairs. I was decorating. I smelled like dog shit. I've been cleaning all day. And he's like, well, hey, Tona. And I'm like, oh, man. Are you okay? Fuck, I'm okay. But, look, I can die walking down the steps and fall and bump my head. I don't think about it. It is a hang up for me with, for example, if I walk to Walmart, I can only walk one side at a time and I have to wait and shop the other side another day. I don't get enough oxygen to have comprehension level. So that's very irritating. I want to do more. Like I want to go clean the cow pen or the horse pen. I don't have enough oxygen. So we'll take it one step at a time. And I'm not worried about it, but I do want other people to know you can prevent this. It takes, I mean, you could take a box fan with 4 filters and suck the air in, and it'll clean it all out of your house. That's $20 problem right there. Or you can get a fancy thing. Nobody told me. Groomers' lungs are very popular. But I do ICU critical care work for puppies for many people. And I also whelp for many people and have for many years. I can handle up to 11 litters at a time with ICU.
How do you sleep doing 11 litters?
I'm Speedy Gonzalez. Moonshine, baby, moonshine. Not really. I just, you got 2 types of seniors. Ones that need sleep all the time and ones that have sundowners, cannot sleep at all. And I guess I was just that person.
You the sundowners.
I guess I'm busy. Now, I have moments where I'm tired and I crash. But as long as, if I'm on my feet, I'm happy as shit. Now I'm going to start crying.
Tell them about the special stud fee that you got for the Bullyspittin podcast.
What?
Just, you got a special stud fee for your stud.
Yes, I do. So
For the
on
people that view
Jiggy, his name is Gigolo, but we call him Jiggy because Facebook says if you say stud and Gigolo, I get kicked off for a month. So Jiggy is about 18 pounds. He's very, very, very tiny. Structurally, he's not as pretty as him. He's got a little bit of a shelf nose, but this is her daddy.
The one you talking to,
Yes.
the shelf nose, her
And
daddy.
we're going to, per this podcast, if you say or prove that somehow you watch this podcast, we're going to let you stud with Jiggy for our first pick pup back only. You'll still have to co-own, but I think that's a fair deal, don't you? That's minus 12K.
So that's an exclusive deal.
For just a putt back.
Yes, first pick pup back.
We're going to let y'all do the drawing on that. We'll let y'all do a drawing on whoever is interested.
It's whatever y'all
want. It
want.
must be a reputable breeder with a,
Not no backyard. Is what you saying?
Good accolades, a good partner that will, that will take it serious,
Figure it out. I mean, let's spread the money. Why not? Let's spread it. I'm making them, so you ain't gonna hurt my pocket.
What about that?
There is no competition.
Yeah, man. So y'all reloaded on this, huh?
Uh-huh.
This seemed like y'all got them busting out the gym, busting out the bando, or however that song go.
I'm gonna be the hairless queen.
Okay. You might be making a statement. I ain't think I ever seen this many hairless, let alone with one person. Now their coat. Is there any kind of special care that you do to their coat, or do they need to be out of the sun, or do they get sunburned, or what goes on with them?
Okay, their coat in the beginning when I got my stud, I was putting conditioner on the coat, thinking I had to keep it conditioned. They are not completely hairless like a hairless cat. You will see hair follicle on them. So if you put oils on them, like a man's beard, when you shave, you put hair follicle. You have hair follicle when you shave. Mm-hmm. If you put a bunch of oil or Vaseline or lotion, you'll start to develop little ingrown hairs or zits. Mm-hmm. So I do nothing to my hairless. Nothing. If we go to a dog show or something, I will run an electric shaver to make them look a little more crisper. I run, if they have like a hairline here, I'll run a little electric shaver on them, and I'll just throw some baby powder. And I do not do anything. And like anybody, if you're fair complected compared to Rari, I'm gonna sunburn faster than Rory, I think, and settle. And so it would be even common sense if I have a smooth coat Frenchie at home and we got snow on the ground, I'm gonna put a shirt or sweater on them. So many people like to dress them, but even if I leave a collar on for too long, they can sweat and get the zits. And if you don't take care, you just need to leave them alone.
Leave them alone.
Yeah, so you don't put any Frenchie outside in unconditional weather.
So if they go outside right now and roll in the dirt,
We're fine.
a little wipe off and it's good.
They're good.
Okay.
They're not gonna. I learned that if I have a thick collar and keep it on them, that it gets sweaty in the summer, and so they don't wear their collars all the time. And we go to dog shows, we'll put on whatever jewelry and stuff like that to be blingy, like their mama, and we like the bling bling. But in the winter, I would probably put if it's cold. My dogs are in climate control, and so if they're going in the cold, I would put a little coat. Their body temperature feels warm. Hair is the I don't know the correct word, the insulator fan for their body. So they're warmer than my smooth coat.
Okay. Now there was a guy named, I believe, Gary or something like that. Do you know of him?
Of course I know him. These are his lines.
Okay. Yeah. So would you say Gary's the pioneer with these?
I believe that there's pioneers in different ways they brought the hairless in. Gary Rari Bulls is from the UK, Scotland. He did it with Chinese Crescent. Then you have the China lines, Showtime. I think everybody's familiar with that name. He did his, I believe, with Zolo. And Mexico brought in a line. I'm not 100% how they got their line.
Okay. I got a good idea how they getting their lines, but I'm outside looking in. I'm a guesser.
Okay, go for it.
Would you be able to give us any insight or maybe how they're producing these?
You know, if you mix...
I'm not saying that you did or had anything to do with it.
But if you mix anything, how do we get Merle? On anything. English, French, how did we get the Merle? Well, probably we introduced Aussie or something came in to get the Merle. And you have to be specific. Like, you can't just get any dog. You have to have the correct genes to make the correct gene. So some people think, oh, Big Growth came from Shar-Pei.
That's what I think.
So probably. Is that the only way it could happen? I don't know. So once you go, you're 4 or 5 generations in, you got 100% Frenchie. If you don't go backwards. Kind of like when Brindle dogs were making blue. How'd that happen? So there's many genetic gurus out there, or many people who think they're genetic gurus, much better than me. I kind of quit the DNA stuff when I couldn't think real clear. So Chinese Crescent brought the tan lines, the tan points. And the Chinese Crescent, when they brought the tan points in, the China lines could not get the tan points. They brought it in a different way. But I believe now UK and China have partnered. And so I think we're looking at some more stuff coming.
Now, I see you guys got a lot of these dogs. Are any of these for sale? Do you have some for sale?
Everybody's for sale, including me.
Okay. Well, we don't want to know your price.
I know, right? I'm a welper. I'm
but
good.
as far as where would they be able to find you at in case they was interested, or as far as Instagram, your Facebook, where do you operate
Instagram
most
is
on?
my first and
YouTube?
last name. My Facebook is my first and last name because nobody's got my name.
Tell 'em your name.
Which
It's
is
Tona,
You're on live
Tona Riess.
on both
In
social media.
everything,
Okay.
yes.
Okay.
And my number is 214-212-0275. Now, when you call me, you better be ready to do business. Don't be waking me up for nothing.
And make sure you use yes ma'am, no ma'am when you call
Yeah,
me.
right. Or just send me a little care package of moonshine. We'll be happy then.
My boy Rari, man, what's going on, man?
Man, slow motion boogie, man. Slow motion boogie.
Where they can find you at, man? You know, you got a lot of things going on too, man. I ain't want to get too much into you because it's about these hairless joints right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, let them know where they can find you
They
at.
can find me at Rari Money, _ on Instagram, Rari Rest on Facebook. We got these hairless, and we about to get them out there, to the masses. We about to get them to these celebrities, the rappers, anybody that's interested in getting in these new exotic lines. Like, this is not regular. It's not no average. You gotta really be different to be having one of these dogs.
So you saying come with your bag right so you can brag
Come
right.
with your bag, but be like, you gotta be different to want this. You gotta be a person that stand out. This is something that Paris Hilton will be walking around Louis Vuitton with. This ain't nothing regular. And we ain't really just marketing the breeders too.
No.
So
So you did say something about a pet home. I'm gonna ask this one more. I got one more. You did say something about a pet home earlier. What is there a price difference with a pet home, or
It took the
is
same amount of time, semen and eggs and C-section and whelping. It took the same amount of time for a pet.
okay?
We could probably have a conversation over a pet home. Pet homes are very important.
some pet homes will be the same because some people aren't breeding. They just want the dog really as a pet. Now, some people take pet home as, oh, it ain't got the papers.
I
and
still
this
can
and-
do what I want to do.
You know what I'm saying? Nah, like, we considering it as, I just want this dog, like, or somebody has lung disease and they came to her and was like, my son needs it, or
Right. We'll work something out. Well, yeah, man.
It's like this. I could buy a Ford. I could buy a Lexus. I could buy a Maserati. All three go from A to B. It's your taste.
Correct.
What do you want? I can buy a Coach purse. I could buy a Louis Vuitton. I could buy a
To
Gucci.
the age difference.
I can
of
buy a
these.
Chanel. It's just a difference in your desired taste. Some people like the more exclusive, finer things of life. You can buy wine at different prices, champagne at different prices. So everybody has their financial taste buds. And that applies to dogs too.